Hi, this is Shadow Dancer Secret of Shinobi for the originally for the Sega Mega Drive. Now I had this on one of the first games I ever got on my Mega Drive, which I got in around 1990. I bought it from a local computer game shop in North London, and they had this on demo in the shop when I was scoping out some games to get. That was way back in Christmas 1990, and saw this in the shop and loved it immediately. I knew about the old Shinobi arcade game, which I remember vaguely from the arcades, and I had the original Shinobi on the Sega Master System before the Mega Drive, so I was a bit of a Shinobi fan already, and watching this in the game shop I just had to have it. One of the earliest games to come out for the Mega Drive as well. So let's crank it up. So I'm going to have this on all normal default options. Now this Shadow Dancer originally came out in the arcade as a sequel to the Shinobi arcade machine, and they were the only two arcade versions of Shinobi that there were. This Mega Drive version is not really a straight conversion of the arcade Shadow Dancer. It's been substantially altered. The graphics have been pretty much completely redrawn and improved, in my opinion, and the levels are almost completely different. There's still a few similarities, but they're in a different order. There's some complete changes from one to the other in some of the level designs. The arcade one, I think, had a few more levels though. The other change is the music, which in my opinion has been substantially improved for the Mega Drive version. It's actually excellent, possibly one of the best games on the Mega Drive for music, and the graphics are also really nice as well. It's quite a short game. You can probably, if you're really good, you could probably ace it in about half an hour if you could go through without dying. I don't think that's a fault necessarily though. This is one of those games which is ideal for a quick go when you've got a spare hour or so, and you can just jump into it, have a blast, and not have to worry too much about remembering where all the secrets are and all the tactics. It's a pretty intuitive game. Now one of the really novel parts of this game is the dog, which follows you around. Now the dog was in the arcade version as well, but in this Mega Drive version it's been changed to a charge attack. You can see that meter at the bottom there. You can hold the button down to charge up, and then when you let go the dog will shoot off like a rocket. And it doesn't kill things, it will just kind of apprehend and slow down guys, grab hold of them by the neck and then hold them there till you can come along and shoot them, which is a really, really cool idea. The dog did appear in the Master System version of this, but it was just like a one-off power-up, like a smart bomb. The Master System just wasn't up to having that extra graphic of the dog following you around, I suppose. Let's just demo this dog. Where can we use him? Here we go. Let's do it up here. There you go. Now one of the other interesting things is the dog will only be able to get hold of one of the bad guys when they're in an unguarded moment. So the guys that have weapons which they use as shields, you have to time the dog attack so that the dog attacks him just when he's got his guard down. Otherwise the dog gets recoiled off and turns into a little puppy, which is quite amusing for a few seconds. Just coming up to the first stage boss here. Now, it's kind of a homage to the first boss of Shinobi, which is very similar to this. The guy firing fireballs pretty much looks the same, except on this level, time for magic I think, on this level we've got the extra addition of the building debris falling down as well, which can make it really hard sometimes if you don't kill him quickly. Must say, not a bad go there, I would say. We've got the traditional Shinobi bonus level on this game, shooting ninjas with stars. On this occasion, he's falling downwards, and it's not that difficult actually. The best tip I can give you is stay on the side like this and just keep firing. It's not worth trying to aim. You can't aim at them individually, just got to keep firing as quickly as possible. Useful to do well on this though, because you can get up to 3 extra lives. This game only has 6 or so levels. The last level is a bit longer, split into different sections. One of the things I really like about this game and other Shinobi games is the kind of tactical, not just the dog, but in this game you get the kind of close quarters attack with the sword and the kicks that you can do in mid-air. They kind of happen automatically if you attack an enemy from close by, like I did just there. It's easy to kind of forget about that and just rely on your shurikens, but that slash is actually more powerful. It will go through an enemy's guard, i.e. their shield or their weapon, whereas the shurikens will bounce off shields, as the dog does as well. Perfect time to use the dog here. Lets his guard down, and there we go. Lovely graphics on this level. I remember first time I saw this, the bridge and that kind of parallax effect on the water, just thought it was mind-blowing at the time. So as I was saying, the close quarters attacks, they come in very useful for the ninja enemies. We haven't seen many of those yet, but they become a lot more numerous on later levels. The ninja enemies, another thing I like about this game, the ninjas are very intelligent for NPCs. They will jump around, they will try and avoid your shots. You have to use a bit of tactics to kill them, especially when there's more than one on the screen. But it's never too hard. You always feel like you've earned your kill when you kill a few ninjas. They're not easy. Step above your average video game baddie, I would say. You can crawl along here. Another thing I like about the Shinobi games is the crawling. Very useful sometimes in the right places. Here's a red ninja. Red ninjas probably one of the hardest to kill when there's a lot of them. Second only to the black ninjas, which just appear at the end of the game, which take 3 hits. Got my power up here, which will kill all the enemies in 1 hit, and it will go through shields as well. Very much like the rocket launcher in Shinobi 1. Also have the hostage collection, another similarity to Shinobi 1, which is something they left out of the other Shinobi games on the Mega Drive, which had a bit more of an RPG feel. I've got to say, I think I prefer the arcadey gameplay of this compared to Revenge of Shinobi and the other Mega Drive Shinobi games. The style and the cool factor of this game is one of the things I like about it as well. Quite unlike any other action platformer I've played, to be honest. It's definitely one of my favourite old games, and possibly my favourite Mega Drive game of all time, I would say. In terms of playtime, well, me and my friends are still playing this one, which is testament to how good it is. I've probably put in a good few hours on this game in total. I had a session on it last night with a friend of mine. We actually managed to finish it. It's not a hard game for experts. I would say I'm pretty average when it comes to video game skill, but the last boss is a bit of a bugger. Can take a good few goes. We've been having a crack at this game for the last few months, and we finally managed to finish off the last boss last night. So this is the level 2 end of level boss. Quite a bizarre character here, just appearing as a kind of stony face in a brick wall. He had a pretty short amount of time where he's vulnerable. Just after his arms have appeared, you can shoot him in the eyes. You've got to be quick. I'll choose my magic, I think. Cheating, I suppose, but why not? So there was a Master System version of this game. I certainly didn't have it on the Master System. I had the first Shinobi. And it's not too bad for a Master System game. It's one of the late ones. It's got pretty good character, pretty good sprite characters, quite large sprites for the characters, unlike a lot of the old Master System games which had tiny little characters. If you like Shinobi, another arcade game to check out, which did appear on a few consoles, is the Rolling Thunder. It came out the year before Shinobi. It was by Namco, and I'm pretty sure that the original Shinobi borrowed a few ideas from Rolling Thunder. One of them being this idea of being able to jump up, have 2 levels on each stage, where you can jump up to a higher level or stay on the lower level, depending on your own choice. But yeah, Rolling Thunder 1, great game, kind of spy based. Very similar moves to Shinobi as well, except you run out of ammo on Rolling Thunder. And there you go, there's the dog recoiling off. Oh, I didn't mean to jump there. Ah. So yes, that's Shadow Dancer, Sega Mega Drive and Genesis. A game which I remember when it came out, it didn't get a lot of attention in the magazines, especially not compared to the other Mega Drive Shinobi games, like Revenge of Shinobi. which got a lot of praise. But as I said, I think, for my taste at least, this is a more enjoyable game, if a lot shorter, and one that's been kind of forgotten, one which deserves a bit more credit than it got at the time, and hopefully in these days of retro gaming, people can have the chance to appreciate it again. Thank you very much for watching.